Chapter 11. Last Fight. For a split second, the darkness blinded me. I was confused and dumbfounded. Once my eyes got used to the dense, almost tangible darkness, I started to look around, barely moving, from fear. Hazy silhouettes wriggled through the sky as if they were trying to escape their bodies. An endless path led into the distance. What is this? An entire sky was taken over by something resembling a black hole. It loomed menacingly over this world, slowly sucking in everything in its path. On the other side, I noticed a fiery vertical light illuminating something in the distance. I went towards it, watching the black giant devouring everything around with horror. I have to get out! Someone's withered hands grabbed my wrists, and his eyes, which were almost falling out of their sockets, glared at me desperately. These eyes, they're so familiar. But before I had time to identify the memory, the creature pulled me toward the light. It ran and stumbled, but pulled me along nonetheless. Where are you taking me? The closer we approached the light, the more clearly I could see the throne and the figure quietly sitting on it awaiting our arrival. You can't tell me this is where God sits. No, I think this is Shepa Malum. When we arrived, the creature pushed me aside, made me kneel, and disappeared into the darkness. I remained on my knees, jumped to my feet. I'm gonna jump to my feet. I don't know who you are. I squinted, trying to make out the figure in front of me, and shouted, "Where am I?" I want to say hell, but, you know. Descendant of my boy. The figure didn't move, and I could only see some traits of his face. I am the one who created the darkness. We need to up this voice a little, shall we? Okay. Shepa Malum held out his hand, clutching an amulet. A small black cloud escaped from me and got immediately absorbed by it.
This won't be enough.
What?
This is how I maintain my powers and soothe souls. By taking the darkness out of them.
What is this place? Why? Why am I here? Didn't Shepa imprison you?
This world is my dungeon.
But you're not the only one here.
Once I ended up in this place, souls which non-existence rejected flocked to here. Those poor, lost, rejected souls do not deserve to be forgotten.
I was silent. Shepa Malum was also in no hurry to speak. Clearly. He's sitting on a throne. He's a being of timelessness. Just throwing that one out. Let me know what your thoughts on the voice are. But my curiosity overwhelmed my fear, and I asked, Malbonte grew up here?
Malbonte.
He chuckled.
Shepa sent Mal to me. He threw him away like a piece of rotten meat. The poor boy couldn't contain his anger.
His bloodless lips curled into a semblance of a nostalgic smile.
I became attached to the boy through this boy who heard my voice. I decided to help him get out of here. After all, he was still connected to his body on the other side. I nurtured hatred in him, like a gardener growing a flower. I watered it with anger, wiped its petals with bitter poison and resentment, and irradiated it with darkness.
He gripped the armrest of the throne, and his nails dug into the titanium cover, grinding furiously.
It was centuries-long hatred that got him out of here.
You didn't do this for him. A spiteful, almost inaudible laugh came from his throat.
I want revenge on my brother. Our war will never end. Malbonte is my weapon.
Someone's scream broke the silence. I looked around. The black hole swallowed up a soul, continued to devour everything it touched. What's going on? He grinned, revealing too many teeth. It's as if he was expecting my question eagerly.
Here are the origins of the universe. Energy always tends to dissipate. This annihilation is beyond the control of the creators. This means that light will always strive for darkness, and darkness will always long for light, dissolved into each other.
Oh my god, doing this guy's voice. Hey!
The world is dying. It was artificially created, and Shiva's power cannot save it. Shepard cannot cope with the darkness. I created it, and he decided to sacrifice me to the insatiable universe.
A wild gas popped into my head. So that's why Shepard was afraid to give power to the demons.
He can rule the light. Darkness is beyond his power.
Shepard Malone looked at the horizon, which was being swallowed by the big, horrifying nothingness. Make him stop talking, please. Shit.
The black hole is sucking this world into non-existence. Soon, everything here will plunge into abysmal darkness.
But how did I get here? Malbonte and I stepped through the gate, and then...
Malbonte is where he should be. Annihilation got hold of you, apparently. There is so much angelic in you that darkness pulled you in. In our world, you are like a breath of fresh air. Energy that will not dissipate for many millennia.
I looked under my feet and saw flowers blossoming in my footsteps.
It's a great fortune to have an angel.
I'm still unclaimed.
And yet, I cannot let you go.
He gave a sign, and those withered hands grabbed me once again. I'm on Malbonte's side. He needs my help.
Mal can handle it without you.
Let me go. I'm trapped. His squeaky, mad voice pierced my ears. I wriggled and jerked until I broke free from the ominous grip and ran along a path. Chippa remained sitting on the throne. It's because I think that's all he can do. I hope to never run into him ever again because that voice. Oh, God. I ran from the crippled madman straight towards the black hole. I turned around and looked longingly for the light from which I was running away. There was only death ahead, so why was I running straight into its embrace? No! A restless soul rushed at me and threw me on the ground. Leave me alone. I felt the particles vibrating all around me as the gravity of the black hole drew them inside itself. The hair on the back of my neck stood up and was pulled towards it. He will never end! And those eyes stared at me again, full of unspoken history. I stopped kicking, and my body went limp after realizing who they belonged to. Zigzag. Or Zigza. Wait, what? Did he die in the fight? Huh, who would have known? I felt that he wanted to say something. I felt his suffering stretching through millennia. But no one will ever know his pain and the story behind it. This realization was tormenting him the most. Zigza screamed through sobs. I cried in response, torn apart by his torment, and shouted, Sorry. Ah! I pushed him away with my feet and threw him right into the center of the hole. Silhouette disappeared in the darkness. I could feel I was being sucked into and ran away. What was tormenting you? I could hear heavy stomping coming from the direction of the throne. I stopped 30 feet away from him. Oh, God damn it, you actually walk? But you just sit on your throne.
Is it a sin to kill someone who has died several times before?
I backed away. Stay away.
Humans have this saying, I give birth to you, I shall kill. Do you know that humans are my children, not shepherds?
He was slowly getting closer. His hooves made a weird sound that resembled a human's treads. This inconsistency scared me and made me nauseous. I looked up and spotted a light tearing up the sky. Chippa and Malbonte were locked here and couldn't get out through this gap, but I should be able to. He noticed where I was looking. His face was disfigured by inhuman rage.
Don't you dare.
He ran towards me. With every step he took, the ground trembled as if about to fall apart. I don't have time. I soared up. His deafening roar, which I am not imitating, horrified me. Oh no. Chippa grabbed me by the shin and put me down. What should I do? Fold my wings and take the fall. Whatever I do, I can't kill or even hurt him. So I need to do something he doesn't expect from me. I closed my eyes, folded my wings, and stretched out my arms and flew down. He didn't hold me back, floating in the air for a moment to watch what I was doing. When do I unfold my wings? Later. It's time to spread them. It's too early. Now's definitely the time. Spread your wings? Question mark? I don't know. I opened my wings and flew headlong into the sky. My wings ached from the tension. It felt as if I had dislocated part of my wing, but there was no time for weakness. He rushed after me. outstretched his claw, trying to grab me. But I dodged. Yes! Something held me back. I looked down. His amulet grabbed onto one of my straps. I took the opportunity. Oh no. The amulet tore off, making a ringing sound. I caught it mid-flight and carried on. So we literally took his amulet? Interesting. The light called and beckoned to me. It shone too brightly and Shippamalum could no longer pursue me. The Creator remained amid the darkness he created. He growled heart-rendingly like an animal. I powered through the exhaustion. Come on. Light swallowed me and the darkness receded. Please tell me I'm gonna be in heaven. Please. I'm serious. Opened my eyelids. Cautiously, my eyes ached from all the squinting. Suddenly, I saw the most gorgeous garden. As soon as I took a step forward, in a split second, my wings magically transformed. They seemed to have adjusted to the divine atmosphere of the garden. Beautiful. One of a kind. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, those wings are actually really pretty. Or regular. I like the beautiful ones too, don't get me wrong. But one of a kind, let's go! I looked at my wings and went forward. Hey, I gained glory. I could hear the murmur of waterfalls. The crystal clear water reflected the rays of the sun. A deer jumped over the stream, the grass, and ran across the meadow. It was fabulous and unnaturally beautiful. How yummy. An apple tree caught my eye. All its fruits were perfectly round, red, and temptingly ripe. I heard a short whisper in my ear, and unwillingly my hand stretched out to pick an apple. Oh, no. Stop it. We're in the Garden of Eden, probably. We already... Listen, Eve, don't do it. Put the apple down. This place is playing with my mind. Eve was also tempted by an apple. Thunder rumbled in the distance. The ground shook beneath my feet, as if I just took a fall. I turned around, peering into the distance, and suddenly the space shrank, dragging me along exactly where I was looking. A ball of black energy flew directly overhead. I ducked and didn't dare to get up. Malbonte was fighting Sheppa. Malbonte, get down here. Bad boy. Lightning bolts flashed. The sky rumbled. I could feel a terrifying force growing around them, capable of destroying anyone who was nearby. It was Sheppa, huh? He has a ruin on his chest. Interesting. Sheppa, noticing me, straightened up and lowered his arms. Malbonte only slightly turned his head in my direction. He cast me a quick, serious yet indifferent look and turned back to Sheppa. I didn't move, and time stood still along with me. Several leaves fell off and flew past me. I followed their trajectory and saw where they were being pulled. Again? Into the black hole. No, this one is different. It's more a portal? But where does it lead to? The wider the vortex became, the stronger the wind grew. Alright, what do I give God? What voice do you give God? Oh man, I gotta think about this one for a second. Alright, I got it. I'm gonna give him a non-menacing voice. I'm gonna try my best one, okay?
Shepard Malum won't be able to come out anyway.
I know.
Why do you need him then?
Sheppa slapped his giant palms and touched the ground. Its surface rippled, and the wave converged towards the portal, but Malbonte stopped it halfway, splitting the earth in two. A stream of black energy suddenly gushed out of the crack. Malbonte chuckled, stretched his arms to the sides, and closed his eyes. A hot, branded symbol on his back began to shine through his clothes. The stream of black energy from the crack got sucked into it. That's why there's the portal. He's using the darkness from the other realm to fight Shelpa in his realm. The pressure was so intense that it made Malbonte sway, but he kept his stance and didn't fall.
He's killing you, you fool. After all, you are my child, too. You cannot keep that much darkness inside.
Malbonte floated in the air, keeping his eyes closed. Sheppa opened his palms and was about to attack, but I shouted, "Malbonte, watch out!" Okay, this is weird. We're backing Malbonte. When Malbonte opened his eyes, his face embodied the darkness he had absorbed. And you know you're an idiot. Darkness burst out of him with renewed vigor. Like deadly poison, and instantly killed everything it touched. Sheppa waved his hands and disappeared like an illusionist at the end of a performance. He went into hiding. Malbonte! Oh, God. You're like Krillin on the sidelines when Goku is fighting someone. Shut up, Krillin! He turned to me, but the darkness blinded his eyes. He doesn't recognize me. Malbonte rushed at me and knocked me down. I fell on my back and he pressed his elbow on my throat. He pressed so hard that my eyeballs were about to pop out of my sockets. My head was about to get severed from my neck and roll away like a plastic doll's. Malbonte. His contorted face began to soften. He hears me. Oh, it's me. He pulled back. It's you. Sheppa threw Malbonte away from me. He crashed into a tree, fell to the ground.
I defeated my brother, who was my equal. You cannot kill me.
Sheppa approached him like a tiger preparing for an attack. The ground trembled with every step he took. So titanic, so omnipotent. Compared to him, Malbonte seemed tiny. Malbonte raised himself in his arms and looked at Sheppa from under his eyebrows. You should have killed me back then.
You were right.
Sheppa rushed to Malbonte. Malbonte rushed towards Sheppa, but the creator didn't give him a chance to repel the attack. He relentlessly delivered blow after blow. Malbonte didn't have time to recover or come to his senses in between the blows. The creator's fists, more like sledgehammers, glowed with white light and burned Malbonte's skin every time they touched it. No! Another strike broke both his legs. He fell to his knees. The next punch went straight to his stomach. I could almost see his insides. The human would have died long ago, but Malbonte endured the pain and refused to die. He... This one's a tough one. He caught Sheppa's fist on the fly, outstretched his left hand to attack, laughed at Sheppa's cruelty, reproached him for what he'd done. Okay, cruelty, no, because he's defending himself. And you're evil. You're trying to literally kill him, and you almost killed us. So I don't think it's Sheppa's cruelty. It's kind of like in me, if you ever pissed me off, like in terms of hurting someone I love, you don't want to see what happens. And I hope it never happens to the people that I love because they never look at me the same. So they would think it would be cruelty. I'm gonna go with... Man, this one's tough. I don't want to say reproached either. I'm gonna go with caught his fist. I just feel like it's a good thing to pick. The light burned Malbonte's left hand to the bone. Then the bones turned to ashes too. Sheppa lowered his fist.
Give up this crazy idea. Give it up and I will forgive you.
But I won't forgive you.
Then you will die.
I'm ready to die. No matter the enemy, Monty was always determined to fight till the bitter end. Always invincible, cruel, dangerous. Malbonte was now lying motionless on the ground, soaking in his own blood. Sheppa left him alone, realizing how helpless he was, and stepped aside. He began to look at the horizon, created by his own hands.
I was surprised when you broke out of the dungeon, and I knew what you wanted to do, but I did nothing.
He was thoughtful and calm, and there was even greater strength in his calmness than when he fought Malbonte.
Children's games. Did you seriously think that you could defeat me?
Sheppa spoke without mockery, without a sense of triumph or superiority. Malbonte wiped the blood off his mouth. His hand immediately went limp, stretched along his body. He's completely out of strength. I ran up to him and grabbed his head. How are you? Malbonte threw my hands away. He didn't need pity or support, even through such a difficult time. You can't accept defeat, Malbonte. Personalities like Rebecca end up either victorious or dead. You're just like her.
Sheppa Malum used you like a toy. I'm sure you brightened his dying life in the dungeon.
Malbonte was silent. He was staring at a blank point.
I gave you a chance, Malbonte. This path is not to your liking, I understand.
Sheppa turned to us. Why is it everyone is ignoring me? He looked at me harshly and compromisingly for the first time as an equal. Why?
Why you imagine yourself to be the arbiters of destinies, capable of overthrowing the Creator, and I shall execute you for this.
I didn't do shit, bro. Malbonte suddenly jerked his head, turned to me, and croaked. This portal, it's the entrance to the dungeon. You can escape, but it's a one-way ticket. Anything is better than death. I pulled away from him. Oh no. I jumped to my feet. Malbonte laughed through the pain. He tipped over his head and continued to laugh, holding on to his torn stomach. You're right. Death is better. What should I do? Shepard hesitates because his confidence in the victory. This is my chance. But a chance for what? What can I do against him? If he defeats Malbonte despite Shepard Mullen's support, is there anything that can stop him?
You chose the wrong side, my child.
Balls of lightning flashed in the sky again. Shepard approached. The sun and sky disappeared behind his giant back. He opened his palm and a ball of white light spun between them. Is this really the end? The pure energy of the creator will kill me. Does this count as a dignified death? Listen, wannabe Vegeta, you're not Vegetaing right now. I looked at Malbonte. All his bones were shattered. And if he wanted to, he couldn't get up and fight. Only one hand was still intact. Is one hand enough to do anything? Why are you asking about him? Oh god. Fine.
Shepard cannot control the darkness I created.
This is really starting to hurt my voice.
He can only remove the light. Darkness is too powerful for him.
Shepard disappeared as soon as my body tried to turn the darkness against him. He can repel attacks, but can he reflect our essence? What if? Are you seriously thinking about killing God? What if we poison his world with darkness itself? He has no control over it. I shouted. Malbonte, remember why you're here. Malbonte raised his head but could barely hold it in place. He's dying. The fear that we were both doomed silenced me. Come on, it's Malbonte. He won't give up so quickly. Shepard is powerless against darkness, but it was he who pushed you towards it. Show him, Malbonte, what he did to you. Shepard clenched his hand into a fist and the light instantly faded.
You are trying in vain. His life is coming to an end.
I didn't even look at the creator, my gaze was fixed on Malbonte. Malbonte was looking at me and it seemed that he was ready to meet death with eyes wide open. But I noticed a muscle twitch and attempt to lift his tortured body. His face acquired its former determination and fanatical desire to kill Shepard. He remembered.
Annabelle, calm down. They aren't pursuing us anymore.
Father stopped Mom and took her by the shoulder. She burst into tears. He's good. Why is he being persecuted? Why did Shepard give permission for this?
Don't cry.
Mount is good. He was simply scared.
Let him go.
Mom and Dad's faces suddenly became weird, focused, but at the same time very distant. And suddenly my mom screamed, fell to their knees. What's wrong with you? I saw their wings getting pulled out of their backs like the tree roots during a storm. Blood poured down their backs. Yeah, no, we've been here. I don't need to save it again. Thank you, though. What? What am I doing here? Oh, this was back when we thought Shepard looked like this, which would have been a lot fucking cooler. I said it. It's actually more peaceful and more beautiful, too.
You are responsible for so many deaths.
It's not my fault.
You are dangerous to this world. You can ruin everything.
He seemed to be talking to himself.
I have to kill you.
I fell on my knees, trying to grab his clothes, but he kept eluding me. Tears covered my eyes. I couldn't reach him. What about Mom and Dad? Did I kill them? Sheppa was faceless, and I couldn't grasp the struggle within him.
I feel the good inside you. How can I destroy it?
Please, I beg of you. What was I begging for? I didn't understand myself. Sheppa put his hand on my head.
So be it.
I felt such excruciating pain, potentially bigger than the one I feel now. Bleeding in this damn heavenly garden. I was looking out the window. That's all I had. I watched small dots flying across the sky. Who are they? Are they just like me? Like, how does it feel to interact with others so easily? How does it feel to be free? Where did I come from, and what did I do? What am I being punished for? I pressed my palm to the window. I want to fly. I want to play with other kids. There are other kids out there, right? Loneliness. What could be worse than overwhelming loneliness without as much as understanding what I've done wrong? Sheppa Malum's hoof dug into my back. I buried my face in the ground and could hardly breathe. Help! Help!
Who are you to ask for help, boy? Sheppa didn't send you here to play games. This is your punishment for who you are. So be punished!
The hoof dug in harder. So basically, if I remember correctly, he separated, right? Two halves. But you still punish the good side. And you still punish the evil side. You punished a child for merely existing with power he did not comprehend or understand. It's wrong. That's why Malbonte is the way he is. My spine broke in two. The hoof severed my flesh. Sheppa Malone bent down and whispered,
Cry, boy. Cry. I want you to feel the punishment of the Creator to its fullest extent.
He hit me on the back, but for some reason I didn't feel it.
Wait. You'll recover a bit, and the pain will return.
I was able to raise my head. The hooves were retreating. I stretched out one hand and the other wouldn't obey, and through sobs I called, Dad! But nobody heard me. Malbonte screamed through tears of hate. It was so immense that the injury seemed a trifle compared to this. Sheppa was dumbfounded, unable to tear himself away from the demonstration of this pain. Malbonte's tattoo suddenly shone brighter than ever before, filled with his personal darkness. The darkness, spreading in long tentacles, began to grow.
I won't let you poison my world.
Sheppa stretched out his arms to the sides, and blinding light wave illuminated everything around. You've opened one of the endings. The hell does that mean? I fell to my knees, covering my eyes with my hand. Malbonte! But an impenetrable dome of darkness covered him on all sides.
There is no place for darkness here.
Shepard raised his palm to absorb the power of the sunlight. Sweat trickled down Malbonte's face from overexertion. He was trembling, clinging to life with all of his might. I could only watch the battle of darkness against light, fully realizing what was happening and feeling the darkness poisoning him and light succumbing in him. Shepard lowered his hands. He shouted through the wind.
What are you trying to achieve, Malbonte? Darkness cannot live without light. Will not get the harmony you are striving for. Look! You are destroying everything!
Malbonte fought in agony and didn't hear Shepard's words. Darkness burst out of him like air from a popped balloon. The tree, created by the hand of the Creator, turned to ashes. Green grass flared up and disappeared. The sunlight faded and the sky darkened. Everything collapsed. What have we done? Shepard, promise us. He turned to me. Promise you'll make concessions.
He does not need concessions. He, like my brother, needs destruction.
Promise. Shepard looked again at the sunset, devoured by darkness. He hesitated, but eventually nodded.
Fine.
I rushed headlong to Malbonte and hugged him by the neck so he could hear me through this chaos. Stop it, please. I can't. The dense black substance that emanated from him burned me, but I clenched my teeth and endured. The worlds cannot be built on ruins. You'll destroy everything. Do you hear me? I can't. Remember your mother. She was the only one to see the good in you. Prove to everyone she was right. Bont! He's good. Why is he being persecuted? Why did Shepard give permission for this? Don't cry. Bont is good. He was simply scared. Malbonte shuddered and went limp. The darkness stopped pouring out of his body and slowly began to dissipate. Shepard watched the sunset emerge from behind the black veil. He thoughtfully whispered without hiding his surprise.
You did it.
Malbonte opened his eyes exhaustedly. He pulled away from me and looked at Shepard.
You had so much anger within. Did I do this to you, my boy?
Give me the demons. You can't rule them. I can. Shepard smiled sadly. It looks like he truly feels guilty about everything. Contrary to all expectations, Shepard replied without hesitation.
Fine.
I will take Shepard Malum's place.
It was getting increasingly harder for me to contain the darkness. I think it will be better for everyone.
Okay, what the hell happens to Shepard Malum then? Shepard closed his eyes, stretched his arms, and raised them. Along with his gesture, trees and flowers began to grow again. That's not all. The current leaders must be replaced. The angels have stayed too long in their thrones.
I agree.
I found the courage to intervene and added, the law of segregation is outmoded. The children were dying because of instability, but now... Shepard pursed his lips.
Children of angels and demons. are not like.
Malbonte admittedly said, "We'll tell everyone the true story of the origin of the world. Let's talk about Sheppa Malum. It's the right thing to do, and you should do it." I mean, I get the point. Sheppa is light. Sheppa Malum is darkness. In order to truly have harmony and balance, you do need both. Unfortunately, but true. It's one of the reasons why we enjoy the sunsets and the sunrises, right? Because we're fascinated by it. Because light is coming from darkness and darkness is coming from light. Think about it. You can truly live in both worlds. Without saying anything, Sheppa walked over to Malbonte and put his hand on the back of his head. Light illuminated his body, and when it faded, Malbonte was completely healed.
Reminded me that I am not omnipotent. That I was not the only one who created this world. I think it is time to admit that.
Malbonte curled his lips with some disgust. He felt neither gratitude nor relief. Everything happened as it should. That's all. We're leaving. I got up and walked away. I followed him.
Malbonte,
We stopped.
you were my favorite. And I am sorry that everything turned out like this.
Just keep your promises, Creator. Live up to them.
I already do.
I felt a parchment paper between my fingers. The treaty. Yeah, God gives out treaties. I'm sorry, but come on. The treaty included all the points we discussed. The law of segregation, and abolished. The unilateral rule of angels in the Citadel has come to an end. Reading the treaty, Malbonte turned to Sheppa. From now on, demons are out of your control. I'll be ready for a second war if it comes to that.
You won, Malbonte. I want peace.
I do too. Sheppa nodded for us for the last time, and turning into the flock of birds scattered across the sky. Malbonte. I took out of my pocket the amulet stolen from Sheppa Malum, and gently put it into his palm. For a while, he silently looked at it, but his thoughts were elsewhere entirely. My shirt was soaked with blood. My head was spinning from pain. I screamed so hard that I lost my voice, and all I could do was look at him and curse with my eyes. Sheppa Malum held out his hand, the amulet. A black cloud burst out of me and was absorbed by the amulet. Sheppa Malum closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and without hiding his satisfaction.
Better. Still not enough. It takes more darkness to defeat my brother.
No, please don't. My own scream will haunt me for the rest of my life. What's the matter? Malbonte, clenching his fingers into a fist, gripped the amulet tightly. Nothing. Thank you. The gates opened before us. The light engulfed us. The battle was still on, but it was less fierce. Both sides didn't know whether it was worth fighting further, nor what to expect in absence. The Immortals stopped when they spotted us amid the commotion and carnage. No more blood was spilled, and the faces, though wary and tortured, lit up with genuine interest. Malbonte shouted to the survivors, The battle is over. I raised the treaty above my head. We have a truce. Everyone rushed to examine it. I'm sure there was no treachery afoot. Malbonte silently watched the thousands of soldiers. His face was severe. As cruel as eyes revealed the strength and readiness to rule. Painful relief arose in my soul. The war is over. A few months later, we haven't still fixed the building. Just saying. I stood at the window and watched the preparations for the initiation ceremony. I'm sorry, what? Oh, it was loading or some shit, I don't know. Today I'll join one of the parties. Today a new chapter of my life starts. Felt neither joy nor excitement. The war made me cold-blooded. My face didn't reflect a single emotion when I went to the mirror. Festive outfit, stunning outfit, regular outfit. I didn't like all the, it looks like a wrestler's build. I'm just saying. Let's go with stunning outfit. I motionlessly span around once and straighten a few loose strands of hair. I don't know how to feel about him. I guess I'll go with the black looking, like black and gray. Listen, we've been through a lot of shit. Why not? Someone knocked on the door. I didn't even turn around. Someone's timid voice whispered, "They're waiting for you." I looked at myself in the mirror. Good luck, Vicky. Then I went out to join the others. On the stage or in a holy place. Does it matter? Any other places? In the backyard? Actually, in the backyard it looks pretty. I was gonna say. In a holy place. Listen, there's angels and demons standing there. Leave me alone. All the students have gathered here. Those who graduated, who just started this journey. There were little immortals, fused unclaimed, who joined us recently. I was so lost before. My body stood a few steps away from the pedestal. He was shunned and feared, but he ignored it. He noticed that I was watching him and smiled. He came to support me. My body slowly climbed the stairs and froze in front of the trembling crowd. Many of you are afraid of me. Sheppa listened to me, which means there's no longer a need for war. I didn't come here for blood, but for the sake of one immortal. The one that made victory possible. I think it would be fair that she's the one to open the rite of passage. He nodded to me. Vicky. Walker. Vicky Walker. I went up on stage and turned to the crowd. Everyone stared at me without blinking, and I kept staring at the crowd. Then there was a loud ovation. Shrieks, applause, cheering. I was greeted by the valedictorian, who proved she deserved her place in the history of immortals. Everyone knew me, and it seemed that even the newcomers had already been told everything about me. The crowd chanted my name through flowers and confetti at my feet. Well, that's a warm welcome. An angel approached me with a glowing scepter. Everyone be silent. His voice was barely audible against the hum of the immortals cheering me on. I laughed, delight. For the first time, I felt so significant, so big and powerful. I was loved, respected. I was an example for them. My mistakes, my stubbornness to reveal the truth, were now appreciated with endless applause. When the angel finally managed to calm them down, he said, "Kneel, unclaimed." I obeyed him. "Remember this moment." He had a deep, velvety voice. "When you get to your feet, you will no longer be an unclaimed. Are you ready to join a side, former human, now immortal?" Without raising my head, I replied, "Yes." He brought the scepter up to my head. Its power pierced through me and returned to the scepter. The scepter lit up with white light. The angel raised it so that everyone could see. "She is an angel." "No shit." Angels shouted, whistled, laughed, cheering me on. I didn't even look at them. I stared at one point and thought, now I'm an angel. "Vicky Walker, stand up." I got up. He took my hand and lifted it. "Meet the new angel." The applause deafened me. It all seemed unreal. It seemed it was only yesterday that I started my journey. And now, the angel interrupted my thoughts, whispering in my ear, "Must give a speech." Speech? "This is tradition. Whoever opens the ceremony gives a speech." My palms started to sweat, and I wiped them on my thighs. Oh, okay. The crowd quieted down. Everyone looked up in anticipation. I didn't prepare a speech, so it might not be a smooth one. But this always happens when there's too many emotions that cannot be put into words. I looked around. Everyone looked so exhausted. And yet, only a few fought in the battle. The speech sums up what happened. Will I be able to take on such responsibility? I straightened my shoulders and spoke resolutely. What will my speech be like? It really sucks with how many people died. Trying to think how I feel lately. You don't want to know. I'll give inspiring. Yeah. I feel like giving tragic, but I digress. Gotta put on that mask, right? This past has been long and thorny. War has claimed many lives, trampled on our souls, and shred to pieces the present and ruined the future. I thought we were supposed to be inspiring. Jesus. Shit. Many of you didn't fight in the war, but you saw what it did to the survivors. I've seen a lot of death. I saw so much blood that I could bathe in it. I saw nothing but pain. I closed my eyes, clenched my fist, and shouted. But we shouldn't forget about it. We must remember how awful it was, so that it never happens again. So that the ultimate sacrifice of the fallen ones won't be in vain. We must remember everyone who fell in battle. After all, remembering is all we can do at this point. I will remember Gerald, a brave and honest demon who was an example for everyone who knew him. I noticed Miss Selena's eyelashes tremble. I will remember the brave demon Mammon who fought fearlessly for the cause he believed in. He pressed her hand to her chest without holding back her tears. I still remember Lucifer. Stubborn, but honest. He fought Malbonte, lost to him, but he'll always be the winner in my eyes. And I will remember Loy. You knew him as Fuhrer, the sea dragon. But now know that there was a man inside the beast. He gave his life and never got a chance to live it. Remember this. And I will remember my mom. Even though she died hating me, I will always love her. We fought on different sides, but the idea that drove us into battle didn't cancel out our love. I fell silent. Sorry, Mom. Felt my throat was closing and I desperately tried to suppress a sob. My voice broke, but I didn't stop talking. The war was brutal, but it brought us change. Sheppa accepted our terms. I hesitated, but suddenly Malbonte intervened. Tell them the truth. Now, it's time. I looked at the quiet crowd and said, Sheppa was hiding something from you. Now, he is ready to lift the veil of secrecy. Sheppa isn't the only creator. A wave of anxiety took over me as soon as I finished the sentence. Yeah, I'd say. There was another one. Sheppa Malum. I told them everything, watching their expressions change. Denial turned into aggression, then into doubt, and gradually acceptance. When I finished, no one dared to say anything. No shouts, no whispers in my ear. Nothing. Standing on the stage, the future seemed almost tangible, and it gave me chills. It was the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced since the end of the war. Now they know. I waited for them to digest this information and added, I believe in the good. I believe that we're on the right track. I believe that the black chapter of our lives is finally over and the white one is about to begin. I believe in myself. I believe in you. We'll be wise immortals. The crowd, as if waking up, suddenly started to buzz, and all those voices were full of faith. The applause didn't subside for a long time. I came down from the stage. Do you think Sheppa will keep his promises? Don't you? His face became severe. All I know is that I'll hold him to it. Malbonte squeezed my shoulder, tightly, but with a touch of tenderness, and added, Sheppa has no choice. He'll have to keep his word. I buried myself in his chest and whispered, Promise that there will be no more war? I promise, as long as there is no reason for it. He stroked my head and kissed me on the forehead. Someone called Malbonte. See you soon. He nodded to me and then disappeared among the immortals. I remembered my speech and suddenly thought, will it be better now? I mean, I want to say I regret losing all the people that we lost. I let Malbonte out. Or may I say I let Bont out. I started all this. Do I regret it? In a way. But will it be better now? Even, you can't live in regret, right? It will be. I did everything right. Of all the evils, I chose the lesser. There was a powerful speech. I liked it. Mimi hugged me and let go for a long time. Thank you. So what's next? For you to put on some pants? Maybe a shirt? What? Her outfit's okay, but it's a graduation, ma'am, not, PJs. Sheppa will listen to you now. Rather, we become allies who listen to each other. I hugged Mimi. Now everything will be awesome. Mimi laughed. We'll see about that. I don't know how and when, but I wandered into the garden, carried away by my own thoughts. But I couldn't shake off the image of Sheppa's glass cage. He sat down on the bench and looked at it. The war shook me to the core. I was nothing but a shadow of the person I used to be. Yet I knew I'd survived it. I survived all the deaths, all the losses, all the rage, all the regret. Be reborn again like a phoenix. I'll be better than before. Phoenixes can't do it, but I will. I can do it. I can do it. Statue watching me the same way I was watching it. I always remember this moment. That was the moment I was reborn, the moment I decided that I could handle everything that comes my way. It took several years for the world to recover from the war. It took a long time for people to warm up to Malbonte, but time passed, hatred turned into wariness, and wariness was gradually replaced by faith. Just like the wars on Earth, this one overthrew the hierarchy. Dino was invited to join the Citadel Council. His honesty, discretion, and sense of justice made him an excellent counselor. After all the events, the school principal had to be replaced, but it was hard to find someone both responsible and sensitive. Mimi showed both of these qualities in an exceptional way. She took responsibility for the school and inspired respect. Andy became the chief of the flying division. He was the most determined, brave, and strategically prepared fighter. As for the rest of it, the old Citadel hierarchy was completely disbanded. Now Malbonte and I were presiding over the Citadel Council. For the first time, power belonged to both sides. And it didn't take long to see change. New laws, new perspectives on life. One day Malbonte and I were walking around the city, noticing its transformation. After a while, Malbonte, catching up with me, concluded. Nice armor, bruh. What the hell? Where was this armor during the war? Sheppa kept his word. Can you replace Sheppa Malum? Malbonte peered into the distance. If I couldn't do it, I would have never started all of this. We walked around the city discussing what we would do. The world around... How do you replace a god? Just like... The world around us finally came out of stagnation and was constantly changing. I noticed Malbonte watching my face and stopped. What? He ran his finger over my chin. I didn't think this day would come. He squeezed my hands and we kept on walking. It took a long time to rebuild the city, but along with its opening ceremony, I had to take on my new post. I became one of the Citadel's counselors. Thought we were the ones that were over them. My inauguration was held by the same angel who ordained me into the angels. His hands trembled as he twirled the staff. His face was so serious, and I felt like giggling. I didn't care much for all the pomp. Only when the angel started to speak did I instantly feel what it would really mean to join the council. Get on your knees, bow your head, and put your hand on your heart. I did as he ordered. Would my mother be proud of me if she could see me now? The angel constantly looked back at Malbonte, standing in the shadows and watching the procession. The angel seemed to be afraid to do something wrong and anger the ruler of darkness, but Malbonte was silent for fear. You swear to make decisions soberly, judiciously, unbiasedly, with the interests of our community at heart. I swear. Do you swear to serve faithfully for the sake of harmony? I swear. Do you swear to give up your immortality and meet non-existence to maintain harmony? I swear. So be it. Hey, at least we have that, outfit, wings, and everything, Hey, look at that. For once. I got up. Now the power was in my hands. It was up to me on how to use it. Welcome to the council. Yay! I feel nothing inside. I'm serious. Two brothers lived in the kingdom above, each of them destined to rule over half. One of pure light, the other abysmal night. One was always blissful, the other eager to fight. Blinded by rage, driven by hate, he started a war with an unpredictable fate. It was hard to see clear and hard to go on, but the darkest of hours is just before dawn. What happened once will happen twice. One day the immortals will roll their dice. There's always two sides to history hidden under the cowl. While the angel will sing it, the demon will howl it. Sapri adieu, dare to know. The duality lives in every soul. You are the light, bearing a sacred vow. You are the darkness, making everything foul. Two brothers lived in the kingdom above, one made of hatred, the other out of love. And all the immortals forever will dread the main heaven's secret those brothers have kept. But now you know it, so share it. Romans Club, congratulations on completing the story. The story was brought to you by Project Manager of Log Cave, Screenwriter Alice, Level Designer Daniel, Programmers Helena K. Hey listen, is there like a person who literally did spell checking and writing? Can I get one of those? Point that out. Hey, you know what? I mean, I've completed several books, right? But, never have we had a bunch of names and credits. All of you worked on this. See you soon for new adventures. I'm gonna give you a 4. I hate to do it. No, I don't. I'm an honest person. Nothing is perfect, and neither was this. Well, look, we got one glory, as if that bloody matters. 100 diamonds. No thingy to add 3, I'm sad. Thank God for diamond rushes, I ain't gonna lie. We spent a lot of diamonds in this book. We spent a lot of diamonds on the end here, too. Congratulations on finishing the last episode. Thank you for playing the end. We hope you'll enjoy the stories. Yada, 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 yada. Where is it? Just a moment. Alright, look what it is. Heaven's Secret 2. Because there's only upward and onward from here. So if you did enjoy the conclusion of Heaven's Secret, you did enjoy the narrating and voices that I did, as well as the choices that I made, let me know. Did you choose differently? Was there different endings? I don't know. The thing that popped up, it was weird. Let me know. Let me know the differences. So yeah, just let me know. Did Malbonte die? Did we ruin heaven? Sheppa die? I feel like neither of that, especially with them doing Heaven Secret 2, Secret 3. And then we've already played Astria, right? So I feel like, especially with them still having rules and all that bullshit. Yeah, I feel like, I really wish my hypothesis would have been true. Like there was a way to press the reset button and like people would have not been like not died. Everybody would have experienced pain, suffering, whatnot. And the war would have stopped right there before it even started. Like it would have been right before they engaged in battle that everyone saw, oh man, I died, these people died, the whole 9 yards. Like that would have been a great plot twist or conclusion or whatever you want to call it. I feel like it's a great way to handle it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it would have also been nice to not have everybody you know and love die. Right? We lost quite a handful, unfortunately. You couldn't save everybody, right? Which really does kind of suck at the end of the day. But aside from that, let me know your thoughts. Let me know. Did you win? Like, did you get your way? Were my choices different than yours? I love hearing from you guys. I truly, really, truly. So when I say that, actually, I really don't know how to feel. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how to feel about the ending of Heaven Secret. It's interesting, the book and everything else like that. It's very interesting. I don't know. Maybe I just need to sleep on it. I just need to really think about it. I don't honestly know. It's very long, the last 2 episodes, very long. Phew, very long. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but thank you all for joining me on this journey. I'm glad we were able to finish a book together. I'm looking to start working on other books. Actually, Heaven Secret 2, since a lot of you seem fond of this series. Right? Especially when you go to like popular, like Heaven's Secret and its franchise pops up like a good couple times. I know some people want Soulless. I know some people, want other things. A Requiem, where the hell does that take place? I'm gonna be honest with you. I need to find out where Requiem takes place. There's another one, right? So there's a lot. There's Heaven Secret 2, there's Heaven Secret 3, there's Heaven Secret Requiem. We already did Heaven Secret, obviously, and Astria's. Please, for the love of God, for the love of Sheppa, please tell me that's it for now. Right? Please, devs writing Heaven Secret, could you take a break? Could you just help me play catch up even? I'm serious. Someone knows how to help me play catch up if you appreciate it, because I'm sheesh! At one time, we were actually doing good, and we were playing as things were releasing. That's the kicker! I hate it. I hate it when life happens, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate it. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Catch you all later. Peace out.